So hi everyone, I'm Rachel and today we're on the 4th floor of the UTM library and I'll be bringing you through some of the processes of how to borrow books, study rooms, and introduce you to some of the activities held in the library. So let's get started. Hi, so now we're at the UTM study room area. So the library has about 19 study rooms and this is dispersed within the different levels of the library. So you can book these study rooms through the online portal and you can book them for a period of 1 to 2 hours. So I'll bring you to one of the rooms. Yeah, this is a great place to study and it's very quiet. So you can come here during library operational hours. So before I borrow my book, I'd like to introduce you to some of the facilities that UTM Library has. So this is the quiet conversation and study zone. So you can work in groups here and talk quietly, and this is where a lot of people do their project work. So we'll have a look. So now you've entered the silent study zone, and as you can see, there is zero tolerance for noise in this area. So this is a place where students usually come to study before the midterms and exams. And it's very good because they're boarding between the different cubicles so that you can have private space to yourself to concentrate on studying.
Hi, so here's the cell phone booth area where you can come here if you have like an immediate phone call to make or you like to just talk to your friends. So now we're at the printing station and the library has an old system and a new system. And you can choose add funds to your T-card on the old system, but as they're changing all the printers to the new one, I'll recommend that you use this one. So the way you do it is that you have a T-card and you would swipe it. So you press deposit first. You might choose not to have a receipt. And then you just swipe your T-card here. And you insert your bills in $5, $10 or $20 amount. And you insert here. And the system will add the value to your card. So now let's go to the printing stations. So here I am at a black and white printing station. So what I'll do is first I'll have to swipe my card to log in. So I'll swipe it this way. And I'll come to a screen where I can choose to release print jobs that have inputted from the computer stations, or I can directly do a copy here. So if I want to do a copy, I'll press copy. And then I'll put the paper in, and I'll close it, and then I'll press start. And this will directly feed out the paper. If I want to do a print job, what I'll do is that I would choose print release, and I would select the job that I want printed, and I would ask the printer to release it. And funds will automatically be deducted from my account. And yeah, you're done. So here's the information desk where you can ask for course reserves, which are books that your professor requires for certain courses, and they're in high demand by students, so you need to only loan it for a certain period of time. So you come to the desk with the exact number of the textbook that you want to borrow, the ISBN, and you give this information to the librarians who will be able to take that book out from the reserves behind and lend it to you for the specified time. And you can also request for books to be transferred from the St. George campus.
So as you can see, we're at the Express computer terminals, and first I'll log in with my account number, my user ID and my password. So on the desktop you can see events that the library ambassadors put up throughout the semester. As you can see, there are gaming, craft and mini research events that they organize to help students de-stress before exams. And to look for a book, you'll go to the library's official site. So look at Internet Explorer and look for UTM Library and click on the official site link. And under the search function, we'll look for our book title. So I'm looking for Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse book. So I'll type Virginia Woolf To the Lighthouse and enter search. So you have different articles and publications in different categories. So we look for the catalog category because we're looking for a book. And we look under UTM library. As you can see, we have group records here, so this is probably the original text. So we'll click on it, and this will tell us at UTM it is in the stack, so it's not a reserve, but a book that we can actually borrow and take home for about 2 weeks. And it's at PR6045, so we'll look for that right now. So as you can see, we're looking for PR6045, which is somewhere in this section. So we need to move the stacks first. So what I'll do is I will press the left button and the stacks slowly move over, and it will stop someone inside because there are motion detectors to prevent people from getting squashed. But after doing that, it's really good. So look at PR6045. Yeah, so as you can see, this is the book that I was looking for. So it's The Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. And now we'll go and check out and borrow it.
So here's the self-checkout station for books. If you want to check out audio or video material, I would suggest that you go to the information desk to do that. So this is just for books only. So what you do is that you place your card with the barcode facing up under the scan line, which is this red line here. The system would recognize your account and ask you to place your item barcode under the scan line. So this is how you do it. So the system has recognized it, and they would ask me whether I want to print a receipt. I would say, print receipt. And this will give me a physical record of when I will need to return the book and how much they would charge if I do not return it in time. Return it within 14 days. So when your book is nearing its return date, you can either choose to renew the book, and you can do this up to 3 times, or you can just return it. If you don't return it in time, it's about 50 cents per day for a book from the stacks. If the book is from other libraries, like the St. George Library, you want to return it to the first book drop. If your book is from the second library, in my case, which is UTM only, you would drop in the second one. So you would put it here and just close it, and it will go down to the librarians. And this is especially for reserves, so this helps them organize their books. So I hope you enjoyed your little tour through the library. If you have more questions you want to ask, you can consult the librarian at the information desk or visit the website for more details. Thank you!